Hey guys, Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. You know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as well as the Oakland Raiders, their fan bases are pissed off. Now, you know, for us Cowboys, we don't have back-to-back home games all season. Basically, home, away, home, away, home, away, throughout the whole season. You know, that's bad. You know, you'd like to have a couple weeks where we could be home, but, you know, it's okay. You can deal with that. The Raiders and Tampa Bay both have 49 days in between actually having home games. Let me say that again. 49 days between home games. That's a hell of a road streak. And, well, the Eagles, they've got a 3-game road streak where I think it's going to be the death knell for them because it's going to be brutal. But we'll talk about the Eagles at another time. But here's what's crazy. It seems like Al Davis, there's a curse on that franchise, much like the Detroit Lions had that curse from their quarterback in the 50s who basically put a boo on their house and they just never recovered. The Oakland Raiders, here it is, they've got all these draft picks and stuff where they've got number ones and things like that, whether or not they're going to get quarterback or where they're going to go. Who knows what they're going to do? If they're going to keep Derek Carr and things. You know, they let go, Amari Cooper, and they got our number one pick. They've got 3 first-round picks. John Gruden sent home all of the scouts. Let me say that again. John Gruden sent home all of the scouts because they're not sure who to trust. You've been there for over a year. You don't know who to trust in your scouting department, and you sent them home and don't plan on bringing them back before the draft? Let's go to Colin Cowherd. This is an update coming from him. I haven't seen this yet, but I got to hear this.
Quick and easy way to save money. Switch to Geico. 15 minutes all it takes. Could save 15% or more in car insurance. Geico.com. See how much you could save. This is remarkable. NFL draft is less than a week away next Thursday. Next week, we're doing a lot of NFL draft. And it's one of my favorite things. I'm a draft nerd. By the way, good news. Talked to the Chargers yesterday. I've got tickets, 2 of them, for the Andrew Luck at Chargers season opener. It's my Super Bowl. Listen to this. According to Ian Rappaport, NFL reporter at Rap Sheet, Raiders coach John Gruden and GM Mike Mayock sent their scouts home for the weekend, and they're not expected to return by draft time. The belief is they don't know who to trust and wanted to clear the room. Excuse me? What? Are we sure this is not a fake Ian Rappaport tweet? Well, is that his account? Okay.
Unbelievable.
You tell me. I mean, this is crazy. First of all, the Raiders sort of got hosed with their schedule. So did Tampa Bay. The London games, basically Tampa Bay and Oakland have a 6-week stretch in which they don't play. They play 4 times on the road. Then they go to, London, Oakland does. They already got hosed by their schedule. NFL admitted today it's not ideal for Tampa or Oakland. And Oakland doesn't play at home for about 5-6 weeks. And their division's really good. But that London thing's not going away because British soccer is getting more popular in America and the NFL is getting more popular in Europe. Billionaires are seizing market share in other countries. It's called globalization. It's going nowhere. But the Raiders are just too much noise. All sorts of pots and pans thrown on a hardwood floor.
They're terrible.
They just acquired the number one diva in the NFL, Antonio Brown. They got rid of a great player, Khalil Mack. That made last year noisy. They got rid of Amari Cooper to the Cowboys, so everybody talks about that move. They hired John Gruden, who's the number one NFL analyst at a network. He's one of the more talkative head coaches. In fact, the 2 guys now running their organization are former TV analysts.
Yeah.
They're moving to Vegas. They have 3 draft picks in the first round, which is great, but it's unheard of. They are built for Hard Knocks. Seriously, they should get on a TV show on the football team.
They are drama-filled.
This is unbelievable. Gruden and Mike Mayock sent their scouts home for the weekend. They're not expected to return by draft time. The belief is they don't know who to trust and wanted to clear the room.
That's just crazy.
For the record, the schedules came out yesterday, right? And I'm into that stuff, or Wednesday night. Let's go over the Raiders' schedule and play the win-loss game.
They're headed for trouble.
I was out on the Raiders, got a lot of heat from people in Los Angeles, and I was right. I'm not much higher on them now, although I do think offensively they're going to be fun to watch, and I did give Gruden credit because I thought the Raiders played pretty well in the year when everybody could have quit on John Gruden, and the players did not quit on John Gruden, so he deserves credit. Let's play the win-loss game. Open up with Denver at home. I'll give them a W. Denver in Denver early, and you don't want to play them, but Denver on the road, W. Then their schedule gets brutal. Kansas City, they're going to get whacked. At Minnesota, at Indy, they're not winning those games. Minnesota's not great at quarterback. They're great everywhere else. You're not beating Andrew Luck in a dome. They go to London. They'll get mauled by Chicago. They're not beating Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. So they're going to start the year 1-5. I'll give them an upset win. They'll be an underdog at Houston. Mostly because I think they're upgrading their defense through the draft, and Houston's O-line is bad. I'll give them a W over Detroit. What do you know, a 2-game winning streak? But then they got to face the Chargers, loss. Cincinnati will win.
The Jets will win.
All you kids think traveling 3,000 miles to play the Jets, that's not going to be good for them. That's a loss. Mahomes loss. Tennessee's going to be a borderline playoff team. That's a loss. They'll beat Jacksonville, lose to the Chargers. Denver late in the year, it's snowing sideways. I'll give them a W there. I have them sweeping the Denver Broncos.
Wow. But anyway, let me turn off Colin.
And I know what you're all saying.
Here.
Colin, you don't.
Talk about dysfunctional. I mean, that is just crazy that you, I mean, I can understand that maybe you had doubts about your scouting department and things like that, but you don't figure this out the day, the week before the draft. This is just craziness. And it's like they're playing fantasy football. We'll see what they do with those 3 number ones, but wow.